Welcome to Ghostly Tales Tonight. We're diving into the eerie remnants of 7 of the most devastating historical disasters. These were moments of unimaginable loss, pain, and despair. And in their wake, the restless spirits of those who perished still linger. These tragedies, while often forgotten by the masses, have left behind more than just ruins. They've left scars that have never healed. Ghosts of the past are still with us. So be warned, some of these stories are so unsettling, you may never look at history the same way again. 1. The 1984 Bhopal Gas Tragedy. A poison cloud that killed thousands and left countless others to suffer in its wake. In December of 1984, a gas leak from the Union Carbide plant in Bhopal, India, released a deadly cloud of methyl isocyanate. Thousands of people were suffocated in their sleep, and many more were left with irreversible lung damage, blindness, and crippling illness. The ground itself seemed to absorb the pain, and the night air was thick with the scent of death. But it's the lingering shadows that still haunt the area to this day. Locals tell of spectral figures drifting through the fog of the now abandoned factory site. Figures that seem to be searching for something, or someone, who never came back. Visitors report hearing desperate coughing and labored breathing in the distance, but when they search, the air is still. One night, a man claimed to hear a voice call out his name. Turning, he found nothing but the empty remains of the factory, the air heavy with a chilling silence. The spirits of Bhopal are not at rest. The cries of the victims echo through the ruined streets, and they will not be forgotten. 2. The Titanic Disaster, 1912. A majestic ship that promised a voyage of luxury, only to meet a tragic end in the freezing waters of the Atlantic. On April 15, 1912, the RMS Titanic, the largest ship in the world, struck an iceberg and sank within hours, killing over 1,500 souls. The cold, dark waters swallowed them whole, but their spirits were not so easily taken. Survivors of the wreck often spoke of strange occurrences during the aftermath, but it is the stories from the wreck site that chill the bones. Divers and explorers years later reported hearing inexplicable whispers and seeing shadowy figures move amongst the sunken remains of the ship. One diver, alone at the bow, described seeing a figure standing near the captain's quarters. He was too far to reach, but when he swam closer, it was gone. It said that the souls of the lost passengers remain tethered to the ship, waiting for the moment they can finally escape the cold embrace of the sea. 3. The Chernobyl Disaster, 1986. A nuclear nightmare that changed the face of Eastern Europe forever. In 1986, an explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine released radioactive materials into the atmosphere, causing one of the most devastating environmental disasters in history. Hundreds of thousands were evacuated, but many did not escape the deadly fallout. Today, the abandoned city of Pripyat stands as a haunting reminder of the disaster, its buildings decaying and overrun by nature. But it's the souls of those who perish that make it truly unsettling. There have been numerous reports of ghostly figures wandering the streets, familiar faces lost to time. One photographer, exploring the area, snapped a picture of an old school building, only to find a child's reflection staring back at him in the window. Though no child had been seen for miles, something still lingers in the poisoned air of Chernobyl. The spirits of the lost, trapped in a world that was torn apart by human error. 4. The Black Death, 1347 to 1351. A plague that swept through Europe, taking more lives in 4 years than any war could claim. In the 14th century, the Black Death ravaged Europe, killing over 25 million people. Towns were abandoned, cities crumbled, and entire villages were wiped off the map. But even after the last of the dead were buried, the plague left behind more than just graves. In the dead of night, survivors began to hear the unmistakable sound of coughing, faint and ragged. Some would wake to see dark figures standing by their bedside, their faces obscured, their hands cold and clammy. In the abandoned towns, the sounds of moaning and whispers filled the air. Locals who dared return reported seeing the shadowy figures of plague, victims walking the streets, still searching for their long-lost loved ones, or perhaps for a cure that never came. 5. The Hiroshima Bombing, 1945. The place where a single bomb unleashed hell on Earth, and the world was never the same. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped the first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, instantly killing over 70,000 people. The radiation effects and burns left scars on survivors, both physically and mentally, that would last for generations. But it's not just the survivors who haunt Hiroshima today. Tourists and locals alike report seeing apparitions near the Peace Memorial Park. They speak of strange sounds, like whispers carried on the wind, and the sight of figures in tattered clothing walking slowly toward the river, only to disappear before reaching it. One woman claimed she saw a man, his face burned and covered in sores, standing at the monument, staring at the names of the dead. When she approached, he vanished into thin air. The spirits of Hiroshima do not rest. They wander through the ruins, caught between life and death. 6. The Great Chicago Fire, 1871. A blazing inferno that nearly wiped out a city, leaving nothing but ashes and sorrow. In 1871, a fire began in a small barn on Chicago's west side, and within hours the entire city was engulfed in flames. Thousands of homes were lost, and hundreds perished in the flames. To this day, the spirits of those lost in the fire are said to haunt the charred remnants of the old city. Some report hearing the crackling of flames on quiet nights, and others claim to have seen figures in the smoke, their faces twisted in pain. One late-night worker in a nearby building spoke of hearing footsteps behind him, though he was alone. When he turned, there was only an eerie chill and a faint smell of smoke that lingered in the air. 7. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire, 1911. A tragedy that sealed the fate of 146 workers, mostly young immigrant women. On March 25, 1911, a fire broke out in New York's Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, trapping workers on the upper floors. The fire escape was blocked, and the doors were locked, trapping the workers inside. Most jumped to their deaths rather than face the flames. To this day, employees in nearby buildings report hearing the screams of those trapped inside the factory late at night. Some claim to have seen figures in tattered clothing standing by the building, their faces pressed against the glass, as if still trying to escape. The spirits of the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire have never left. They are still searching for a way out. You've now journeyed through poisoned waters, scorching flames, and tragic disasters that have left scars on the fabric of history, scars that refuse to heal. So, we ask you, would you dare to step into any of these haunted places, or will you keep your distance and never look back? Let us know in the comments which of these locations terrified you the most. or if you've encountered something that still lingers in the shadows. If these stories sent a chill down your spine, give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend who loves a good scare. Subscribe to Ghostly Tales and hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey into the shadows. Until next time, sleep well.